In a quiet monastery nestled within the misty mountains of Japan, there lived a Zen master named Ryokan. He was known for his wisdom, kindness, and ability to guide seekers toward deep understanding. Many students came from distant villages to learn from him, hoping to find peace and enlightenment. One day, a troubled man named Hiroshi arrived at the monastery. His face was lined with worry, and his eyes carried the weight of frustration. He had suffered much in life, failures in business, betrayals by friends, and endless disappointments. He bowed before Master Ryokan and said, "Master, I have tried everything to find happiness, but misfortune follows me like a shadow. Why is my life filled with suffering?" Ryokan smiled gently and said, "Come with me." The master led Hiroshi to a small meditation hall where a large, polished mirror stood in the center of the room. The mirror reflected the two of them standing side by side. Ryokan gestured toward it and asked, "What do you see?" "I see myself," Hiroshi replied. "Good," said Ryokan. "Now scowl at the mirror." Hiroshi furrowed his brows and glared at his own reflection. "What do you see now?" Ryokan asked. "A man with an angry face," Hiroshi said. "Now, smile at the mirror." Hesitant, Hiroshi forced a small smile. The reflection in the mirror smiled back. "Do you see?" Ryokan said. "The mirror only reflects what is placed before it. Life is the same way. If you fill your mind with anger, complaints, and negativity, life will seem harsh and unforgiving. But if you smile upon it, life will smile back at you." Hiroshi was silent, absorbing the words. Ryokan continued, "Many believe that suffering comes from the world outside, but in truth, it is born within the mind. Change your thoughts, and you change your world. Like the mirror, life reflects what you bring to it." "But Master," Hiroshi protested, "how can I change my thinking? The world is still full of hardships." Ryokan picked up a teacup and poured water into it. "Imagine this cup is your mind," he said. "If it is filled with bitterness, there is no space for sweetness. To change your thinking, you must first empty the cup." "How do I do that?" Hiroshi asked. "Practice mindfulness," Ryokan replied. "Observe your thoughts as clouds drifting in the sky. Do not cling to them. When a dark cloud of anger or fear appears, recognize it, but let it pass. Fill your mind with gratitude, kindness, and presence, and soon your life will reflect peace instead of struggle." Hiroshi bowed deeply. "Thank you, Master. I now see that my suffering is not caused by the world, but by my own mind. I will work to change my thinking." From that day on, Hiroshi practiced mindfulness and gratitude. He no longer cursed his misfortunes, but found lessons in them. He smiled more, and as he did, life seemed to smile back. In time, his world transformed, not because the external circumstances changed, but because his way of seeing them did. And so, like a mirror that only reflects what stands before it, life reflected the peace he had found within himself.